All right, it's about a month into the quarantine. Hold on one second, Joe. Um, this is the chive that comes back every year, and planting chives is a great idea because they recur and they will grow all season. You want to pick them, not like my daughter cropped off at the top, but you want to pick them at the very bottom of this, not totally at the bottom, but about an inch out, and they will keep growing throughout the season, and they're super great in your health. Next up is rosemary. I'm not great at keeping rosemary alive, but this one seems to be doing well. It's potted with in a deep clay pot, and then I pick off like 2 to 3 inches to put in almost anything. Salads, meat, smells delicious, tastes delicious. Try it in everything. Next plant for lunch for our drinks. Mint is just starting to pop through. This is a recurring and it'll take over your garden, but wonderful and super tasty and wonderful for teas and things like that. So plant some of this stuff, and year to year it's going to come back making more and more early on in the spring so that you can enjoy it right away. Thyme is another great herb for right now. It helps with any upper respiratory stuff. So putting it in everything from your cooking to tea is really great. Or just eat it as is. It's a little bush that comes back. I've really done nothing much besides add some soil to it and water in the spring, but it comes back year to year. And then you pick off, I believe, like 2 or 3 inches. And again, you can make teas. You can add it to a meat dish, or just boil in water and drink it if you have a cough. All of this stuff will boost immunity, and it's right underneath our feet, right? You don't have to go anywhere. Last, we have the forsythia flower, the yellow bits. So if you pick out the flower, there's the yellow flower, yellow plant, right? It's pretty gorgeous. At the bottom, it has a couple, 4 light green leaves that you want to pick off before you eat it, and just give them a rinse. You probably don't even have to do that, but especially now that the environment the air is clean. People have been home for a while, so there's less pollution. But if you pick these, you can dry them and make them into a tea. But I've read that the best way to have them is to eat them just straight out. Pick the green stems off. They're a little bit bitter, but put them in your cereal, put them in your oatmeal, put them on your meals, and just eat them. They're good for you. They're also fantastic for the upper respiratory problems. So right now, eat a handful. Right? And that's going to be our lunch. So here's another thing that might happen. Inside of an onion, there might be some greenery that's starting to come out from the center. And if you cut away the rest of the onion or peel it away, if you stick it in a little bit of water, it will start a little root if it hasn't been fully cut at the store. Or even if it has been. This one has pretty much been cut off from the bottom, the root system. But I think it has that little tiny thing on the side, I think, is a new root starting to grow. So you can stick this into dirt and either eat the green onion that sprouts up. I'm not sure if this is going to give you a new onion, but it's worth a try. And it's going to grow more, so you can harvest more of it in time. So, and it's beautiful to look at when it grows. And this is super exciting. So we bought a leek last week, right? I bought it at the supermarket. It was totally cut, so no roots, but I left it in the glass of water, changing it maybe every 2 or 3 days. Not a lot, just a little bit. There's like you can see there's a tiny bit of water, and it'll continue to produce. I'm gonna go put this into the garden. And this will produce more leek. It'll continue growing from the center out, and as I cut it, it'll start going one layer at a time. It'll die off, but it'll give me like 3 or 4 times the amount of leek from just sticking it in water and planting it again. And then I don't have to go to the store often, right? So that's a bonus.